My girlfriend said, "If you can't handle my world, go home." I replied, "Then I'm done with us." Then I booked a red-eye home, left the Maui suite I paid for, closed the deal on my app, cut her off, and I just watched as one birthday insult turned into the headline that changed our lives. Welcome back to AF Tales. In today's story, we explore a man who is publicly told to go home because he is not exciting enough for his girlfriend's world, only for her to later find out he quietly became a millionaire without her. As you listen, notice the exact moment where you think he made the right choice. I am 26 years old, and up until 3 months ago I thought my life was on track. I had been dating Sienna for 2 years. We met at a charity gala in Los Angeles. She worked in luxury real estate, selling multi-million-dollar homes to celebrities and tech founders. I was there representing the startup I co-founded with my college roommate, a financial technology app that had just landed Series B funding. Sienna was intense in the best way at first. Confident, beautiful, the kind of woman who seemed to know everyone. Her Instagram had hundreds of thousands of followers. She flew to private islands, yacht parties, fashion week. Her life looked like a highlight reel, and somehow she had chosen me. The first problems were tiny. She would comment on my clothes. "You can't wear that to Nabu, babe," she would say. She compared me to her exes. Marcus had a house in the hills by 25, she'd mention, like it was just harmless talk. I laughed it off, but it stung. Still, I told myself this was just her world and I needed to rise to it. I worked harder, made more money, tried to fit into her life. This was the first red flag. When someone you love makes you feel small so you will try harder to impress them, that is not motivation. It is control. When she suggested a trip to Maui for her birthday week with her friends, I did not hesitate. I booked a suite at a luxury resort, dropped around $8,000 on the room alone, plus flights, plus a big birthday dinner at a famous restaurant. We arrived on a Monday in late July with a group of 8. Sienna's inner circle. There was Derek, a trust fund guy who owned a cannabis company, his influencer girlfriend Jade, and Marcus, yes, that Marcus, her ex, who was now just a friend, plus his new girlfriend Ashley and 2 other couples. From day one, I felt like the odd one out. They had inside jokes, years of shared stories. They talked about trips to Tulum and Ibiza, people I never met, brands I had never heard of. They compared private jet services. I smiled and nodded through conversations about $3,000 handbags and luxury cars. By Wednesday night, I was tired, but it was her birthday week, so I pushed through. We were in our suite, the one I paid for, pre-gaming before some beach club. Music was loud, drinks flowing, everyone laughing. I was in the kitchen making myself a drink when I heard Sienna's voice from the balcony. She was talking to Jade and Ashley. "I don't know," Sienna said. "He's sweet, but he's just so basic sometimes. He still gets excited about airport lounges." They laughed. My hand paused over the bottle. "Then why are you with him?" Ashley asked. "He's stable," Sienna replied. "He's got money, but he's not showy about it. My parents love him, and honestly, after Marcus, I needed someone who wasn't going to give me drama." "So he's your safe choice," Jade said. "Exactly," Sienna said. "But God, sometimes I miss the excitement, you know." I put the bottle down and walked back inside without saying anything. There are moments when you hear the truth you were not meant to hear. You can pretend you did not, or you can accept that this is who they really are. The big blow-up came Friday night on her actual birthday. Dinner at the restaurant went perfectly. I arranged the reservation, the custom cake, everything. The bill came to about $2,400. Everyone toasted and thanked me for hosting. We went back to the suite around 11. Derek suggested poker. They set up at the dining table, everyone throwing in cash. I do not like gambling, so I sat on the couch with my laptop, finishing a few work emails. Around 1 in the morning, Sienna walked over. "Are you seriously working right now?" she asked. Her tone was sharp. "Just wrapping something up," I said. 5 minutes. "This is so typical," she said. "Everyone's having fun and you're in the corner being boring." I closed my laptop. "I'm sorry," I said. "I'll join the game." "Don't bother," she said. "You'll just bring the vibe down." Marcus chimed in from the table. Tell him how you really feel. The room went quiet for a second, then people laughed like it was a joke. Sienna looked at me, annoyed and a little embarrassed. If you can't handle my world, go home, she said. She was not shouting, but it was loud enough for everyone to hear. I stood up. The room was watching. Inside, something in me settled. It was like a switch had flipped. All right, I said. I smiled. I even shrugged. More laughter. They thought I was playing along. Derek said something about me being a good sport. Sienna rolled her eyes and went back to the table. I went to the bedroom and closed the door. That sentence was meant to put him in his place in front of her crowd. Instead, it gave him permission to walk away. I sat on the edge of the bed for about 20 minutes just thinking. Then I opened my laptop. I checked flights. There was a red eye leaving Maui at 6:15 a.m. to Los Angeles. I booked it. Then I opened my banking app and did something I had been putting off. For weeks, my co-founder Jake had been urging me to accept a major offer. A larger fintech firm wanted to buy our company for $40 million. After paying investors and employees, my personal share would be around $15 million before taxes. I had been hesitating because I loved what we were building. Sitting in that room, hearing muffled laughter from the other side of the door, something became clear. I did not have to spend my life trying to impress people who would never respect me. At 1:47 a.m., I texted Jake. Accept the offer, let's close it. He responded almost immediately. Are you serious? I'll call them first thing. It is interesting how sometimes the moment you decide you are done with someone is the same moment you make the best decision for yourself. After that, I packed quietly. Clothes in the suitcase, laptop, essentials. I left the shared stuff behind, the snacks, the wine, the sunscreen. At 3:30 a.m., I ordered an Uber to the airport. Around 4 a.m., I walked out of the bedroom with my bag. They were still playing cards. The air smelled like alcohol and weed. Sienna looked up. Where are you going? Home, I said. What, right now? She asked. You told me if I can't handle your world, go home, I said. So I'm going. We're done. The suite is paid through Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your birthday. Marcus laughed. Bro, she was joking. I wasn't, I said. I looked at Sienna one more time, then I walked to the door. You're being ridiculous, she said. It's 4 a.m. My ride is here, I said. Take care, she called my name, but I was already out in the hallway. I slept through most of the flight. When I landed at LAX around 9, my phone showed 47 text messages and 12 missed calls, mostly from Sienna, some from her friends. I turned the phone off and went home to my place in Santa Monica. Saturday, I slept, ordered food and stayed away from my phone. Sunday morning, I finally turned it back on. The long string of messages from Sienna went from angry to confused to apologetic and back to angry. The last one said, "You're really going to throw away 2 years because of one comment. You're pathetic." I blocked her number. When someone reduces 2 years of disrespect to one comment, you are not leaving over a single moment. You are leaving because they just showed you how little they understand, Jake called that afternoon. The deal's moving fast, he said. They want to close in 3 weeks. You good with that? Yeah, I said, let's do it. What happened in Maui, he asked. You sounded different when you texted. Just had some clarity, I said. The news broke that Wednesday. Tech sites ran the headline, our startup acquired by a major firm for $40 million. They quoted the buyer's executives, mentioned how our tech would transform mobile banking for young users. My name and Jake's were in the article. My LinkedIn exploded with messages. Old contacts reached out. People congratulated me. And at some point, Sienna woke up, picked up her phone, and saw that headline too. A few days later, she got through to me from a different number. I answered without checking the caller ID. You sold the company for $40 million, she said. Hello to you too, I said. Are you kidding me? She said. You're a millionaire and you didn't tell me. We broke up, I said. It's not your business. We didn't break up, she argued. You just left. We had a fight, couples fight. You told me I was boring, I said, that I was your safe choice, that I wasn't exciting like Marcus. I was standing right there when you said all that to Jade and Ashley. There was a pause. You were eavesdropping, she asked. You were talking about me 10 feet away in the suite I paid for, I said. I didn't mean it like that, she said. I was drunk. They were drunk. It was girl talk. And when you told me in front of everyone to go home if I couldn't handle your world, I asked, was that girl talk too? I was frustrated, she said. You were on your laptop during my birthday trip. I was finishing emails so I could be present the rest of the night, I said. But it would not have mattered. Nothing I did was going to be enough for you. Her voice started to crack. So you just decided to dump me and sell your company out of spite. I sold the company because it was the right move, I said. I ended things because I finally realized you did not actually love me. You loved what I could provide, stability, a certain image, but you did not respect me. That is not true, she said. Sienna, I said, you compared me to your ex in front of your friends. You mocked things that made me happy. You treated me like a safe backup option. I am done. Please, she said. Can we just talk in person? No, I said. I hung up. Then I blocked that number too. Boundaries do not work if they only exist until the other person cries. They work when you hold them even when it feels uncomfortable. The money hit my account in late August. After taxes, paying back investors, and splitting with Jake and our early team, I cleared about $1.2 million. I paid off my student loans. After I bought my parents a house. I set up posted a long so that I would be okay, even if I took time before they were successful. Then I deleted Instagram. Some people change. I did not want money shows Sienna's life. I did not want her to see mine as the one who supported me. I needed distance from the constant as the one who abandoned her once. Friends told me what happened anyway. But comments under the post did not go how she expected. Someone who had been in Maui, probably Ashley, commented, "You literally told him to leave because he wasn't fun enough. Don't rewrite what happened." The story disappeared within an hour. Marcus tried to slide back into her DMs. She posted vague quotes about toxic exes. Within weeks, her friend group started shifting. Jade unfollowed her. Derek's name stopped showing up in tags. People pulled away. From what I heard in September, Sienna told people I had used her for Instagram clout and then dumped her when I got rich. I had maybe 800 followers before I deleted my account. She had hundreds of thousands. I almost laughed when I heard that. When you live by image, any loss of control over the story feels like an attack. But other people seeing the truth is not cruelty. It is consequence. Meanwhile, my life got quieter in a good way. I started therapy. I reached back out to friends I had drifted from while chasing Sienna's world. I took a solo trip to Japan, walked around cities where nobody knew who I was, tried new food, sat in calm places. I read books. I went back to the ocean and tried surfing for the first time. I was terrible, but there was something peaceful about being bad at something with no pressure to impress anyone. I remembered who I was before I spent 2 years trying to prove I was worthy. It has been 3 months since Maui. I am still single. I'm not rushing anything. I have been on a few dates, but nothing serious. I am enjoying the quiet and the ability to choose where my energy goes. Jake and I are working on a new project. Smaller, slower, something we care about without the same pressure as before. Money is not the main focus anymore, which is its own kind of freedom. 2 weeks ago, I ran into one of Sienna's friends at a coffee shop in Venice. Not someone from the Maui trip, but from her wider circle. She recognized me and walked over. "Hey," she said. "I just wanted to say I'm sorry about how things went down with Sienna. A lot of us did not know what really happened until later." "It's fine," I said. "Water under the bridge." She hesitated. For what it's worth, she has been struggling. Lost a few brand deals. People started calling her out for being fake. She is talking about moving to New York for a fresh start. I nodded. I did not feel joy hearing that. I did not feel anger either. "I hope she figures things out," I said, and I meant it. The girl smiled. "You're a good guy. She did not deserve you." I am not sure about labels like deserve, but I do know this. I deserve better than what I had. Sometimes I think about that moment in the suite at 4 in the morning. Everyone laughing. Cards on the table. Sienna sure she was in control. They thought I was the joke when I walked out. They thought leaving made me weak. But that simple walk to the door was the strongest thing I had done in years. Lesson 1. If someone openly says you are their safe choice and compares you to their ex for entertainment, they are not building with you. They are using you as a prop. Lesson 2. Public disrespect is not a small issue. If a partner mocks you in front of friends, that is a window into how they truly see you. Lesson 3. Money and status do not fix a lack of basic respect. If someone only values you more after your success becomes public, that is not love. Lesson 4. Blocking contact and walking away is not childish when the other person keeps crossing your boundaries. It is self-protection. Lesson 5. You can lose a relationship and still gain your peace, your self-respect, and a clearer sense of who you are without that person. Lesson 6. Sometimes the moment someone tells you to go home is the exact moment you should quietly plan your exit. What do you think about his decision to leave in the middle of the trip, instead of staying to talk it out? If you were in his place, when would you have walked away from Sienna's world? And have you ever stayed too long in a relationship where you were not really respected?